So we're going to look at the right-hand screen to start off with, and we're going to talk a little bit about the balance point in your body to start off with. I mean, with your boxing and your training, if your weight's on your heels, you're going to get knocked that ass up pretty much straight away, So we want to try and get it on the balls, arches of your feet on that balance point. So when your bum's that far outside your heels there,
it's not my back, so
the pressure's going to be on your heels whether you like it or not.
So
then what'll happen is this thing's not dumb enough. It's far too smart for us. So it will start to make compensations from that. So what'll end up happening is your bum will start coming in. And you'll sort of have to manipulate it and move it around from there. That's why you'll play probably stretches of maybe 2 or 3 really good holes. And then things will be interesting.
That's exactly.
So I'm probably a lot of people come in and say, "Oh, look, I just want to try and hit it straight." That's the toughest shot in the world to hit. If we explain to you science-wise why a ball probably shouldn't go straight, shouldn't get in the air, shouldn't do what we want it to do, we'd all be bloody alcoholics and not want to play the game because we'd be in a nut job basically. So what I'm going to try and do is get you to play one way. So if you miss-hit it, it's going to go one way. So we'll take out one side of the golf course, okay, and give you good quality contact each time. So before we do any of that, I'll explain to start with that, if that hub moves around too much, you'll change the contact point with the ground. Okay. So in other words, this moves around, we'll get some interesting stuff happening. So right hand screen first. So you start to move back, and you've already moved around here. You can see yourself moving down, trying to counterbalance and do all that kind of stuff to try. Now, what'll happen is when you get the chief in your hands, the big kid, she'll have a mind of its own. Okay. So there's just a bit too much going on there. So we're going to stand you up a little bit straighter to begin with. The posture at address is awesome. It's a bit tight through your shoulders. It's a bit this way. But that's not too bad. There's a lot of good stuff going on there. What's going on with that shaft and how it's working, that's pretty good. But you see how far you've dropped down there. It's going to be struggling to try and actually, you lay a sod over the top of the golf ball every now and then. So there's just too much going on, Now, you'll get away with it here because Matt's more forgiving, but once you get to the golf course, you'll...
there's one there I really collected Matt. It still went fair ways. Which wouldn't happen.
Wouldn't happen on a golf course. So now on the left-hand screen, you'll start to see you moving around again, so your head moves off it there and moves down. Our right knee gets outside that line, and now we're going to try and go forwards. And if you watch your left foot here carefully, you start to see it moving around a bit. So we want to try and use that, put a bit more pressure on that on the way through in particular. And it's moving around and you get yourself in a bit of a pickle there. But my first port of call will be to get you into a little bit better shape there. All right. Now, it doesn't matter who we put up there, mate. It can be anybody, any shape or size. Let's take... my little mate. I don't have him there, actually. Got a really good friend of mine who's his old man's a horse trainer out at Warwick. He's also a golf professional. And I just don't have him here because he's about the same size and all that kind of stuff as you. All right, so Matty's currently in Asia playing the Asian Tour School. Good player. Very good player. Was the state captain and all that kind of stuff. So you notice there his bum's not so far out his side. His heels, there's not as much angle there. Okay. Now Matty's had a similar issue to you, and one of the reasons why I picked him out is that he's had a problem with him going down and back with this melon, and we've really started to work hard on it. You can just see the remnants towards the top of his backswing there. But he still plays bloody good golf. You watch his left foot, doesn't really move around. It'll roll over, but it doesn't sort of spin out. So that's pretty much what we're going to try and achieve. Okay, make sense?
That'd be great.
So just good footwork, good address position, and then you'll be surprised at how well you do from there. Okay.